Blwyddyn Pimp, and welcome to the pre-recorded session for Wednesday, the 17th of March 2021. I'm going to be taking you through today's maths task, fractional quantities. Let me just remind you of where to find your daily maths and English challenges and where to respond. First, log into Seesaw. Then, click on Activities. That can be found with a light bulb icon. Then you will see your maths and English tasks. Click on the green Add Response button to add your work into this folder for your teachers. It's important that you log on to Seesaw daily. Before we can start any work, we need to warm up our brains. So you may want to get a piece of paper and either a pen or pencil just to jot down your answers so you can check later on in this session. Okay, let's start with our first warm-up task. You have 45 seconds to continue this sequence by filling in the next 4 terms. Bant a chi, off you go. Okay, let's check. First of all, in the number sequence, the first 3 numbers were 325, 350 and 375. So my first job was to work out the difference between those numbers. So I know the difference between 325 and 350 is 25. There's also a difference of 25 between 350 and 375. So I know that the pattern in this number sequence is add on 25. So let's see. 325 add 25 is 350. 350 add 25 is 375. 375 add 25 is 400. 400 add 25 is 425. 425 add 25 is 450. And 450 add 25 is 475. Now for warm-up 2. You have 60 seconds to answer the following questions, and your time starts now. Bant a chi. You have 30 seconds left. Twenty seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Now it's time to check your answers. 0.5 multiplied by 10 is 5. 25 multiplied by 1000 equals 25,000. 8 divided by 10 equals 0.8 or 0.8. 7.3 multiplied by 100 equals 730. 17.8 multiplied by 100 equals 1,780. 0.2 multiplied by 1,000 equals 200. Now let's move on to today's task. What are fractional quantities? A fraction tells you how many parts of a whole there are. When we find a fraction of an amount, we are working out how much that part is worth within the whole. You can see fractions of amounts all around us. For example, shops have sales that say half price or 1/3 free. You might use fractions when baking. For example, add half a teaspoon of salt or use 1/4 of a kilogram of flour. So how do we calculate fractional quantities? Well, we can use bar models to help us find fractions of amounts. So if you look at the picture on the left of the screen, it's asking, what is 1/4 of 36? Now, 1/4 means one part out of 4 parts altogether. 36 is the total amount that I have. So on my bar, I have to make sure that the whole thing is worth 36. That's why I've put 36 at the top. But my first job is to find out what 1/4 of 36 is. So I know that I have to split my bar into 4 equal parts. And I then need to label the bar with the whole amount. And I need to find out what one part is worth. Let's look at the picture on the right of the screen. To find what one part is worth, we divide 36 by 4, because 36, remember, is the total amount I've got, and I need to split that into 4 equal pieces. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. So one part of my bar is worth 9. And the number sentence for that is 36 divided by 4 equals 9. So using that information, I can say 1/4 of 36 is 9. What about if you were asked to work out 3/4 of 36? So we can use what we've already worked out. We know that 36 is the total. We know that we split our bar into 4 equal pieces. We know that 1/4, one of those pieces out of 4 altogether, is worth 9. So we'll use that information to help us work the next parts out. If one part was 36 divided by 4 equals 9, 3 parts, I need to work out what 3 parts are worth. So if I know one part is worth 9, then 3 parts are worth 9 multiplied by 3. 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. And you'll notice on the bar on the right-hand side of the screen, it's shown by 3 bars are worth 27. 3 parts out of a possible 4. So I know that 3/4 of 36 equals 27. And this last slide shows you just that. Because I used my knowledge that one part was worth 9. We worked that out first by doing 36 divided by 4. And then we use that information to say, well, if 1/4 equals 9, 3/4 is 3 times as much. So 9 multiplied by 3 would be 27. So 3/4 of 36 is 27. Now, the bronze task asks you to calculate fractional quantities of different amounts of money. Top tip, don't forget what the emoji has in the pink thought bubble. Don't forget to put a pound sign in your answer because all of these questions involve money. So you need to show the unit you are measuring in your answer. And in this case, it's pounds. So you would write a pound sign. You can see that we're carrying on with our space theme and there are items in the table above. The first question gives you some information. It tells you that 1/4 of £24 is £6. So that means 1 piece out of 4 pieces altogether is a quarter. So 1/4 of 24. I had to know 24 was my total amount. I knew that 1/4 would mean I would have to divide £24 into 4 equal pieces so that I could work out how much one of those pieces is worth. So 1/4 of 24 is £6. I could use my times tables to help me with that. And if I know this, then I know what 3/4 of £24 must be. So use the fact you know. If I know 1/4 of £24 equals £6, then I know that 3/4 of £24 is 3 times as much. So I will say 6 times by 3 equals £18. So 3/4 of £24 equals £18. And that's how you'll work the other questions out. If I know this, then I know that. Silver questions. The silver task also asks you to calculate fractional quantities of different amounts of money. And again, take particular note of the pink thought bubble. Your answers should include a pound sign to show the unit of measurement. So in this case, it's money and you use a pound sign. Again, we're looking at the items in the table and you have different values for the items and you have different fractional quantities that you need to calculate. Let's look at question 1 together again. So this time we're looking at 1/8. 1/8 of £24 equals £3. To work that out, I knew that I had £24 altogether. And because I wanted to work out 1/8, I needed to divide 24 divided by 8. I needed to think of my 8 times tables. How many 8s are there in 24? And I know that 3 8s are 24. So 1/8 of £24 equals £3. And I can use that to help me with the second one. If I know 1/8 of £24 equals £3, then I know 5/8 of £24 will be 5 times as much. So that would be 3 times 5. 3 times 5 is £15. So 5/8 of £24 is £15. Because you use, if I know this, then I know that. And all the other questions are in a similar way. First, you have to work out what 1/8 or 1/4 is, and then you can use that information to help you work the fractional quantities out. For the goal task, you need to apply all you've learned and know so far to calculate different fractional quantities of £90. So the amount is going to stay the same. It's always going to be 90, but you have different fractional quantities around the outside of this spider diagram to calculate the answer for. And I'm confident that you can do it. If you go over chapters 7, 8, 9 and 10 of modelling fractions of amounts and fractions of amounts on My Maths, this will help you with today's task as well. It'll give you lots of examples that you can go over to make sure your brain is fully warmed up and you fully understand what to do before you tackle the bronze, silver and gold challenge. So don't forget that. It's on this slide to help you remember which ones to log into, and it's chapters 7, 8 and 9 of the particular lessons. Here's how to access My Maths step by step, just in case you've forgotten. So step 1, when you go to the My Maths website, and there's a hyperlink to this on the slide before, and it'll also be on your task, on your maths task that your teachers will send to you on Seesaw. The first step is to get onto the St Andrews portal, and to do that you need to type in the school username and the school password, and you can see on the left of this screen the school username and school password are the same to make it easier for you. You need to type in St Andrews 21. Once you've completed that step, you are on the St Andrews portal. But you need to complete a second step. You need to get onto your individual section by using your individual username and password. Your teachers have shared these with you on Seesaw because My Maths is a two-step process. And you'll see on the right-hand side that you have to type your username in the first box and your password in the second box. And we've tried to make it as easy as we can for you by making sure that your password is the same as the one you use for TT Rockstars. Now look at this slide. This is just another reminder that when you log into My Maths, before you start today's task, you can also click on modelling fractions of amounts. Look, I put number 1 next to that. If you go on that task first and click on try the lesson, remember you are looking to go on to chapters 7, 8, 9 and 10. So you just need the information from the lesson first to help you to complete today's bronze, silver and gold tasks. Don't do the homework yet because you need to complete Wednesday's daily maths task on Seesaw. Once that's completed, you'll be able to go back later onto My Maths and go through the whole lesson to make sure that you've practiced all the things that might come up on the homework. But for this part, you only need to look at chapters 7, 8, 9 and 10 to help you with today's task. The second task you then would go in and click on was fractions of amounts. Again, you click on try the lesson and you look at chapters 7, 8, 9 and 10. It's important that you check on My Maths daily because just like we ask you to check on Seesaw daily, your teachers may have set different tasks, activities or games for you that will unlock every day. So you need to check every day to make sure that you don't miss something. The Year 5 teachers are really looking forward to seeing your work. Pob lwc. Da bo chi pawb.